Good morning, everybody. I am working through an anxiety Bible study, and some of these things I thought were just too good not to share. So I'm just sharing them for anybody that needs to read them because I just thought they were powerful and other people could also use those. I know I'm not the only one. So for breakfast, I am making up some sausage patties, and you guys, I had pulled out this sausage the night before, put it in the fridge, probably even the evening before. It wasn't even at night, it was earlier. Put it in the fridge to thaw, and it was still so painful on my hands because of how frozen it was. Like the middle pieces, the outside pieces were fine, but the inside was so cold. It was literally like making my bones hurt in my hand. I was so happy to be done shaping those patties. That's why some of them look the way they do, because I was like, I just cannot tolerate this another second. So I just bake them on 400 for 10 minutes, pull them out, flip them. I'm trying to squish them down because, like I said, some of it was just way too hard for me to even mess with my hands because it was just so cold. Anyway, 400, 10 minutes, pull it out, flip it, bake another 10 minutes at 400, and you guys, it's the easiest way to make sausage patties, and you don't get all that splatter all over your stovetop. So then I moved on to making some eggs, and I love this little pan to make eggs, but I also hate this little pan to make eggs because I love it. It's nonstick. Obviously, it's cast iron. It's amazing. Nothing sticks to it. But I don't like it because you'll see in a minute. It is so incredibly nonstick that it's so slippery, and there's not much of a lip on it at all. So when I go to flip the eggs, they kind of like almost slide off the pan. So I don't know. I still use it because I love it that much, but it's hard sometimes. But I will never change, and I will never change using this pan for the eggs because it's amazingly nonstick. And I had also planned on making toast for breakfast, but nobody wanted any, so I didn't even do it. We just had eggs, sausage, and bananas, and then rolled out the door to go to an orthodontist appointment. So here we are just driving down the road. Look how dirty my windshield is. Sorry about that. That's disgusting. And then the kids just played while she had her appointment, and then we headed back on home. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is Wednesday. We just got home from the orthodontist and we were all starving. I came home and threw together some tuna fish incredibly quickly and scarfed it down on one of those French bread rolls that I made the other day. I was like, I couldn't even tell you how hungry I was. I felt like I could eat an entire house. I was so hungry all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. And I scarfed that thing down in like 3 seconds. So I didn't even have time to film it because I was that hungry. But Miss Layla wants some oatmeal now. Wilder wants a pepperoni and lettuce and mayonnaise sandwich. It's 10:12 and everybody wants some lunch already. So yeah, we're gonna eat and we're gonna get school done today. We are just doing a science lesson. I am trying to finish up the energy science lesson that we have, or science unit that we have, And we only have like a couple of lessons left. So I want to finish that before we start our official new year. And I have bedding. So yesterday I started our bedding. I did everybody's sheets. Today I did a bunch of little blankets. I still have comforters and things to get done. But with the drought that we're in and our well situation, it was always sketchy before a drought to do 2 loads. I could every now and then. I wouldn't have pushed it to do 2 loads a day normally, but every now and then I did. One of those times, like right now, is one of those times where I desperately need to do more than 1 load a day because our hampers are just piling up of clothes because I'm doing non-clothes, but I just can't. I am so nervous to even attempt to do a second load because our area is in an extreme drought situation and we're just trying to conserve as much water as possible because our well is horrible, even with tons of rain. So with no rain, I can't imagine how much worse it is. So I'm gonna give Layla her oatmeal. I'm gonna make Wilder his sandwich, and then I'll get back to you. Here's Wilder's sandwich on his little gluten-free bread. And now I'm also gonna have a bowl of the cereal. Everly's having a bowl of it, and it sounded really good, and I'm still a little bit hungry because I only ate. The rolls are like really small, so I only ate one of those of tuna fish, and I'm still really hungry. So some days, most days I'm not ready to eat until about lunchtime. This morning I tried that brewed over iced coffee. I think it would be really good if I had some good creamer, but I don't have any creamer for myself, and I don't like French vanilla, which is the only creamer that we have here. That's what my husband drinks. And to me, it always, like the first couple sips of French vanilla taste good, but then once it sits longer, I feel like it goes sour. But that's just me. It's the French vanilla. I don't know. Every time I've ever tried it, that's how I feel. Like the first couple sips, if I were to drink like my whole cup down, I would do it, but I just can't. There's something about the smell of it too that drives me nuts. And I know it's really weird, but I just cannot do French vanilla. So I don't have any creamer. I've just been using milk and maple syrup. And I put that in there and it just wasn't the best. So I hardly had any coffee this morning. So I think that's why I'm so hungry. Because normally my coffee will keep me filled up through the day, but I didn't have any. So, I mean, I had a couple sips, but that was it. So Ashlyn's getting the dishwasher emptied. I'm gonna fold up these blankets and get them to the right spot. Then I'm gonna do the dishes because yikes. And then we might sit down and do school. And I really want to get the floors done again because the dogs keep tracking in so much dirt because there has been no rain. So if you walk outside, it's just dirt everywhere. It's so dusty, dirty, dry. Like we had absolutely beautiful grass. Now it's all just dead, looks like straw everywhere. It's just horrible. So I'm hoping it's supposed to rain or storm at some point today. I am hoping that it rains a lot, but who knows what's going to happen. It doesn't seem to be, we are in an extreme drought is what the weather said. So who knows? But all I know is we need a lot of rain. One little storm isn't going to do it. We need a lot. We need like weeks of rain around here. So I also had 2 towels in there. One of them dried, all the blankets are dry, and one of them didn't. So I just hung it right here to dry it instead of putting the, like over the shower, instead of turning the dryer back on, because I figured that it would dry. But then I got sidetracked with how dirty the bathroom is. So one of the kids cleaned the bathroom yesterday, and it already looks like it hasn't been cleaned in forever. So I had not planned on cleaning the bathroom today, but I am going to mom clean the bathroom now. I feel like if I could wear like a GoPro on my head and just take you around, you would be like, oh my gosh, what is this girl doing? I think I might have undiagnosed ADHD or something because it's crazy. But like if I could have someone else follow me around and film, I feel like you would get a lot more than you do. But sometimes I move so fast that I don't even think about moving my phone or like picking up my phone. Later through the day, I'm like, man, I should have recorded that. But it's like, I just go from one thing to another and don't even think about setting up a tripod or my phone or whatever. I feel like I could have so many more things like content for you, but I can't slow down. Like I can't shut off my brain. And if I stop and don't do it, then I won't do it. Like I've got to do it in the moment. So I've got to get this bathroom cleaned because it's the only moment I have to clean it where I'm actually thinking about cleaning it. And if I don't do it now, it's not going to get done. Anyone else like me? Or am I just weird? And no one else can put a toilet paper roll on but Mom, you know? Ashlyn's my hand rest now with her head. So I had no plans on doing any of that steam cleaning, but when in Rome. So I've got to get some video editing caught up and done today. So remember on Monday when I did the pesto, I still haven't gotten it out. So I need to put this in a bag. And then also the kids want the popsicles because they never ate these either. Only Layla and Everly want them though. No one else. So here's what they look like. I did coconut milk, a whole pineapple, a container of strawberries, and some chia seeds. So I'm just gonna keep this right up here in the freezer. Now Mr. Wildman wants one too. out of hand. I had not planned on doing any of that today, but once you get it out, like, you just want to keep going because it's a fun little toy to play with. And now all of my cabinets look so much better. And I just did the inside of the fridge. I did the trash can, the washing machine. I mean, you can get in every little like nook and cranny with this thing. I love it. I don't use it often. We've had it for months. We've used it a couple times. I've used it out here. I've used it in the bathroom. But I mean, you can just keep going and going and going and going, because if you look around your house, how many like nooks and crannies are there? And you just can keep on having fun. But I'm getting really hot, so I'm like, the heat in here plus the heat of that steam, I need a break. See, like I was saying earlier, you would see a lot more if I just set up my phone and record. I just cleaned out the pantry and organized it a little bit. I mean, it's not cleaned because there's stuff on the floor, but it's better than it was, right, Ashlyn? It looks a lot better than it did. It's a mess, but I feel like we have to have so much stuff between like regular stuff and gluten-free stuff, and then it's also so small. It's a lot. So I just fed both my sourdough starters, which have been completely neglected in the fridge. I'm worried about my regular one because it was like super dry and hardly anything kind of still liquidy. So I'm gonna feed it now, and I'm gonna try to feed it again tonight before I go to bed and try to reactivate it. The gluten-free one though seems fine. Anyway, I am getting ready to start some dinner. I just put some rice in the Instant Pot. We're gonna have Korean beef tonight. So I'm gonna cook up 2 pounds of ground beef, and then I'm gonna scoop some of it out for Layla. Because I'm gonna put soy sauce in it, and she's not gonna be able to have that. Everything else she can have though, I believe. Maybe I'll make it, and then with everything but the soy sauce, and then pull it out and then add the soy sauce. That way she has a little flavoring. No, I can't, because I need to use this too, and it has wheat in it. So I'll just give her regular old ground beef and rice, and I'm gonna make peas with it. So I'm hoping I can do this and the power stays on, because it is starting to storm. Right as I was turning on the Instant Pot, a big old flash of lightning happened, and I'm like, oh no. Hopefully we can make it through this dinner. So I'm just waiting on this cast iron pot to heat up, and then I'm gonna work on dinner. So I will have the recipe for Korean beef linked down below. I am making 2 pounds. I could probably get by with 1. Like 1 would be just enough, but 2 is gonna be extra. So we are running very low on ground beef, and we don't get our other half cow until December. So we will completely run out before then. Not of all cuts of beef though. We have other cuts, so we'll be okay. But I might have to purchase other ground beef, not anytime soon, but maybe within like 2 months. It just depends. Or maybe I can stretch it out and we can just have other things. But I'm trying to do a lot less chicken now because of Layla. So that leaves us with beef and pork. We'll just have to see what happens. I'm gonna try not to buy much. I might buy a little bit, but we'll see. Who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen. So the first thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of sesame oil into my pot here. I have the big cast iron pan thing heating up. This is hoisin sauce. What in the world am I doing? That's not even what I meant to put in there. And this is why I got confused, because they look the exact same from a distance. I just grabbed. Anyway, now Layla can have this, minus the soy sauce. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to make it up, pull her some out, and then add the soy sauce for her. So, I mean, not for her. That way she can have a little bit of seasoning and flavor on her ground beef. You hear that thunder? Jolene is right, I was gonna say, Jolene is right here by me. She does not like it. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple drops of sesame oil. And like I said, 2 pounds of ground beef. Woo! Sorry guys, hit you with my elbow. Just break it up and cook it. And I'm gonna season it too. I'm just gonna put salt and pepper on it. So now that this is cooked, I'm gonna start adding everything, like I said, but the soy sauce. So we're gonna add a little bit of minced garlic. I'll have the recipe down below for 1 pound. And again, I'm just doubling it. Ooh, that's gonna be garlicky. Brown sugar, some red pepper flakes, and you would put ginger in here, but I'm out. I don't have any ginger whatsoever. Nowhere. I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked and I have none. Can you believe it? Okay, so this is where I'm gonna pull it out for Layla. And I'm debating, do I pull out another scoop for her for tomorrow if we have leftovers, or do I just give her something else? There we go. Now we're gonna add soy sauce. And that's it. Well, minus the ginger. But it's so good. This is one of my kids' favorite meals ever. They just love it. We just put it over rice, eat some peas with it, and you're good to go. I'm just gonna let this simmer for a few minutes just to make sure everything gets all saucy and delicious. Such a simple meal, but such a kid-friendly meal. While Gary and I went out to feed animals, Ashlyn got everybody some ice cream. So here's mine. It melted a little bit while I was outside, but that's okay because I like it kind of melted anyway. So that is going to do it for our video today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.